welcome to Bethan's Kitchen and Garden. I am Bethan and today I thought I would do a plot tour and to show you what is still growing at this time of year. So I thought we'd start off in the greenhouse. So let's have a look around. If we start off in this corner, these are some tea bush plants. They're not Camellia sinensis, they're a different type of tea, but you can dry the leaves to make tea from them, and they're grown really well. These are tumbling tom tomatoes, which I've put out here really as an experiment to see how they get on in the with the nighttime temperature, so I can plant out my rosilla plants, and this one has got a couple of flowers forming there and a little truss. These are bush variety tumbling tom, which I'll be putting in some pots to grow on. These are pelargoniums. I am waiting to take some cuttings from these. They're not looking in the greatest of health, but I am hoping that I shall get some cuttings from them soon. And I've missed my chance here because I could have taken that as a cutting if it hadn't flowered, but it's flowered now, so there we are. Here, up until this afternoon, that was a pot of lettuce. I had 4 or 5 lettuce in there. I think it was 4. I think it started off as 5 and then one died off, I think. But I've done a harvest, which I'll show you later, and there is some ivy growing in the background there. If I turn around to the other side of the greenhouse, I've got rosemary and thyme growing there. The rosemary is starting to flower. I did want to take some cuttings off there, so I better do that soon. And then this bed is full of cabbages, lettuce and radish. So the radish is sort of interplanted amongst the lettuce and the corn salad there, and basically there's lettuce everywhere really. There's lettuce under there. The cabbages are beginning to hearten up, which is great because then I can harvest them and they won't be in the way of the tomato plants that I want to put in, because I kind of figure if the greenhouse is good enough for them now, then they might as well go straight into this bed rather than into another pot to then go into this bed. As we come out of the greenhouse, this pot of mint is beginning to come back, and there's another pot of mint there. And then these are 4 artichokes. I put them in there to see if they would sprout, and now I need to find some containers for them because they have begun to sprout. And my tayberries, I have seen a couple of buds on them, so they are looking good too. Come round to the potatoes. There's no sign of anything growing on there, and I need to just put some straw over the top of them. My peas just behind here, well, they're beginning to look a bit yellow, some of them, so probably need to give them a bit of a feed of something, but they are climbing along and they've got some flowers on them, so that's a good sign. Still over there, got some strawberry plants to sort out. I'm not quite sure what I'm doing with those until I've done my strawberry shelves around the front. My carrot box and leek box, well, there's nothing doing there yet because I only sowed those about 5 days ago, so I wouldn't expect them to be up yet. These beds, nothing new in these beds. So I've got the purple sprouting broccoli over there and the cabbages which have gone to seed. I'm just leaving in really for the butterflies and bees to have use of the flowers. And this is the harvest I've just done. So this is the last of the kale until the kale I've sown comes to fruition. There's 2 big bowls of purple sprouting broccoli. I've left 2 celeriac in. I was going to clear the whole bed, but I had these 3 celeriac from it, and I kind of thought, oh well, maybe those 3 are enough for the time being, and the other celeriac will stay fine for another couple of weeks. And I got the lettuce there that I was talking about from the greenhouse, and some more rhubarb, and this is the last of the leeks now. I've harvested all the leeks, so there's an end to that. And that's my spoils bucket that I take around when I'm harvesting. As I come into the front garden, there's the lemon balm, I think it is, that grew back from last year. So that's going well. And let's have a look at the seedlings in this mini greenhouse. So at the back there is some perpetual spinach. Then this is Romanesco cauliflower. Then some multi-sown Swiss chard. All the sort of oniony things are the Welsh onions that I'm waiting to hearten up a bit more. This is dill. Here I've got lettuce. This variety is salad bowl, and this variety in this row here is salad bowl. And then I got little gem there, and here are, oh, that's another Welsh onion, then chives, then coriander, and I do believe I forgot to label this one up, so I'll have to have a look in my book and see what else I sowed the day I sowed them. And then on the other side is more little gem salad lettuce there, and this one is Marvel of 4 Seasons. So the little gem will be for heartening up, and the Marvel of 4 Seasons and salad bowl will be for cut and come again. Here I've got some fennel, and these I'm hoping are foxgloves, because I found them in these 2 pots on the floor here. They were outside. This is what I grew my lovage in last year. As you can see, the plants have come back this year. So I've got those 2 plants of lovage and what I believe to be those foxglove seeds in there. I hope they are now. They're looking well. Growing another weed. I've done that before now. Up here I've got 3 kinds of kale, and then cauliflower. I've only got 3 stations of cauliflower. That didn't germinate very well. And in the corner is some rocket. And again there's more rocket, and behind them are some leeks. Here are some multi-sown turnips. Here are some sprouts, 2 different varieties. And here is some kohlrabi at the back and 4 broccoli plants at the front. Got some spinach at the front, some greyhound cabbage towards the back, which actually hasn't done much for ages. Some asparagus peas going strong, some parsley, celeriac. Over in that corner is some beetroot and some French breakfast radish and sparkler radish, then some celeriac, and these are flowers. So I've sown some sunflowers to take part in Nick's allotment challenge for the sunflower challenge, and some celosia and some zinnia and more zinnia, and some cosmos. Here's some more what I'm hoping is foxgloves, and then I've got some basil and some oregano. These were in the greenhouse, but I'm just using the tray to water them really. Oh, and down there I've got one lonely little nasturtium growing. Then this bed is more or less as you've seen all winter. There's the carrots, which the foliage is looking good on. Then there's some Swiss chard, some different coloured chard, the mustard, which I'm leaving to flower so I can harvest the seeds. My leeks have all gone from here now, apart from that one which has should be a flower at the end, so I could save seed from there if I really want to. And if I come around to here, I've got more kale plants going to seed, got some beetroot at the back, my peas over here which I sowed at the start, like midway through autumn, October time, November time. They are looking strong now, and there's quite a few flowers appearing. I should have to have a look to see if there's any pods anywhere. And in this bed here I've got the cabbage that has gone to seed, but again I'm leaving that for the pollinating insects. And there's some beetroot in this bed, as well as some carrots. We come over now to the fruit bush area. The rhubarb I did a picking of today, as you saw. The black currants are beginning to show some sign of life, and the red currants too are beginning to put on some growth. Hello Amber, I can see you hiding down there. And then the gooseberries at the back, they're all putting on growth as well. And my jostaberry is forming what looks to be berries. So that's looking good. That's its second year now, so it should fruit this year. And then my asparagus has come up. This bed is in need of a water. I'll be the first to say it. Can you see that at all? So almost every can't think what you call them now, crown has got some asparagus growing out of it, which is really good, really good. Here are the strawberries that you saw me plant up. Some of them are beginning to get flowers on. And then if I come over to here, crates are still there, but all the compost has been emptied out. Got more strawberries there. Got these two raspberries which grow in pots, and they are beginning to have some raspberries coming on them now. They have really enjoyed having that clean I did, where I cleaned out the compost and put fresh compost in. They've really enjoyed that. And if I come up to this bed here, nothing has happened really since I did my last vlog, because well, I re-hurt my back, so the raspberries are now all growing in their nice clumps, which does make me happy actually. When I look out of my front window and see this, I do think, oh yeah, they've grown really nice. And that probably needs a water, although these leaves are looking fine, and that's the new growth. So that's good. And then the blueberries. Hopefully we'll have some blueberries this year. I almost forgot this bed at the back, my garlic bed. That's still doing well. There's a couple of weeds in there, but on the whole, it looks like the garlic's growing well. So we'll just go into the conservatory now and I'll show you what's occurring there. So my lettuce is looking a bit sorry for itself. These are microgreens, they just need a water and they'll spruce up a bit like the lettuce. I have watered it, but it's been really warm in here today. So that's all looking good. And down in the grow unit is where all my cucurbits are growing. So there's my cucumbers, gherkins, squashes, courgettes. Yeah, they seem to be growing well, but I think I'm going to take them out of here now and find a space on the windowsill for them. And then, right, these you'll have seen me put into chit in my last video. These are the dwarf French beans and everyone has sprouted, and now they all need to be put into some compost. So that's on my next list of things to do. And then over here I've still got the potatoes to sort out. When my back's a bit better and I can lift again, I'll do them. And the lemongrass I've potted on, so I've got 4 plants in here, 1 in there, 2 in there, 1 in there and 2 in there. And I'm hoping to just have a lovely display of the leaves this year. I'm going to put them into quite deep, probably either terracotta or plastic looking terracotta pots. And they should look nice in the front garden, just this like massive foliage. Yeah, should be good. I got my potato for Digwell Green Fingers' challenge there, and I've got some potatoes up here for Erica's challenge there. I'm at the front windowsills now, where I've got my Rosilla tomatoes growing. These are going to be going into the greenhouse very soon, I think. And these Heinz ones, these are a bush variety. I'm going to pot these on and put them into the greenhouse as well, which will then hopefully create room for my cucurbits to go on here. And here's the rest of my tomato seedlings, which I started off at a different time to those ones I just showed you. And there's my other celeriac stragglers. They're not doing very well really, but I guess I'll pot them on too. In the corner I have my basil plant, which is still going strong, and then along here I've got my melons, which are taking off quite a bit now. And in the back behind here I got some watermelons, so I'm excited to grow these. I haven't grown these before, so I'm very excited to get them going. And then just along here are all my chili plants. No, not chili plants, these are pepper plants. My chili plants are on the other windowsill upstairs. These are not doing as good as I hoped. I had some issues with my grow unit, where I think I just left them in the grow unit for too long, and they were just too close to the light, and so it stunted them a lot. And they are slowly recovering, but these like bottom nodes here should have leaves on them now, and they don't. So hopefully they'll grow back anyway. So I must remember about that for next year when I'm growing in the grow unit. And finally, here are the chili peppers, which again I think have suffered a bit under my grow unit. The same actually happened with the tomatoes, the ones, the Rosilla ones. When I took them out of the grow unit, they looked really poorly, but they have come back, and hopefully these ones will come back too. So I'll show you what I have growing in my neighbour's garden when I'm next doing some work over there, because, well, quite frankly, this has gone on a bit long now, hasn't it? And I'll show you that in another video. There's not an awful lot more to show you than last time, really. So that's it from me for today. I hope you enjoyed the plot tour, seeing what I've got on the go. It was a bit of a whistle-stop tour, I suppose, because there's quite a lot on the go. But how can I put it? I have lots of plants, but there are lots of different varieties of plants, if that makes sense. So it'll be exciting to see how they grow this season. I'm really looking forward to the melons, because I haven't really had much success with them in the past, but I've been watching some videos and seeing how to look after the melons properly. So I'm really hoping this year we'll have a couple of melons. Anyway, that's it from me for today. Thank you for watching, liking, subscribing and commenting if you have done so. I really appreciate it. All I can say about my plot tour today is lovely job.